Finally, some great news to tell you about this heartbreaking story, though. The state of Texas has reached an agreement with the Justice Department to spend $112 million to improve conditions at schools for the mentally disabled. So what George Brazil went through will never happen again. Joining us now from Austin, State Senator Jane Nelson, who's pushing for those improvements. I tell you what, Jane, you look at that cell phone video and you hear George, you see George, and then you interview him. It makes you want to cry, scream, and then just sock somebody. Truly.
Yes.
I mean, what was your reaction when you saw all of this and it was brought to your attention? And I don't think, did you realize it was even this bad?
Well, of course we didn't realize this, and I was horrified. It is just unimaginable to me that that kind of thing can take place.
So, I mean, there were standards in place before. I mean, these facilities have standards, and they're supposed to screen the people that work there, and they are supposed to care for these people in a very special way. Right. So what happened? Where did that go?
Well, first of all, we have, way before this incident took place, known that we needed to improve in many ways. And we have had legislation moving through the process before this took place that has not yet passed, but is very close, that will address this. And that legislation is separate from the settlement agreement that you referred to earlier. We're going to put video cameras in all of these facilities. We're going to do criminal background checks on every person that works directly with an individual in our state schools. We're going to beef up training for our employees. We're going to do a number of things, and that investment is above and beyond what you talked about that we're going to do with the settlement agreement with the Department of Justice.
Okay, so we've got, actually, I didn't realize that, two efforts going on here. Okay, you mentioned specifically the one that will go into training and the cameras. Okay, then tell me about this $112 million that's now been allocated, your state coming to an agreement with the DOJ over the next 5 years. What exactly... Where will that money go? What will that money do?
Well, there were our state schools in Texas. Two of them were under Department of Justice investigation. And this week there was an agreement made on the specific abuse and the investigations that had been taking place. We are given corrective action, and we have agreed to enact that corrective action. That's what the settlement agreement is, and the $112 million will go to that. And that will involve things like additional monitoring. We will bring in better trained medical, dental, psychological individuals who will be working with these patients. We will not allow for the use of restraints in many ways. We will need to get approval for the use of psychotropic medications, just a whole number of things. Probably most important, we're going to have monitors that will be in these state schools, monitoring them, reporting on a regular basis, whether the schools are making improvement, and we will be under oversight for 5 years, and we've agreed to that.
And we'll be following up, no doubt. Senator Jane Nelson, really appreciate your time, and thanks for your efforts, Senator.
You bet.